Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US penny stocks highlights for Tuesday, the 22nd of September. Starting off with AimImmute, where you can see the shares have gapped out of this post-July triangle, gapped above the 200-day moving average at $2, so call it $2 even, and about to hopefully give us an end-of-day close through the 50-day moving average at $2.48. End-of-day close above that 50-day line should hopefully lead to a retest, at least of July resistance, towards $4. This stage only really back below the 200-day line on an end-of-day close, really delaying the upside scenario. On to another stock which is on the move at the moment and looking healthy, Aurora Cannabis. I wanted to look at this just because it's a relatively famous name. Situation here is that we've been going backwards and backwards since that peak in May. Actually trying to, I suppose, fill that gap from May, which has been done, which was done on yesterday's session, in fact. And so the view at this stage is that at least while there's no end-of-day close back below yesterday's floor, call it $6.20, we could see a return and a move back towards the 50-day moving average, currently around the $9.50 level, and hopefully that's seen over the next 2 to 4 weeks. But that's certainly really valid while we hold above the $6 area, which is possible given the price action that we've had within this falling wedge setup. Another stock which is on the up, Allied Healthcare, looking good in the sense that we've had a trend line break, in this case breaking that triangle again once again from July. The view is that at least while near-term support holds around the $5.40 level, we're looking forward to a journey over the next 2 to 4 weeks as high as the area of the 200-day moving average around $8.50. So looking pretty strong in terms of that setup with a higher low for the latter part of September. Stock which is a little bit above the usual price range that we choose, $9.42 for Blink charging, but I think we did cover it a while ago when it was below $5 and sort of fit the bill of being a penny stock. Good progress has been made, I suppose, after overshooting to $14, but the reason for the inclusion today is that we've gapped through the 50-day moving average, currently at $8.20. We also set up an island reversal, which is a gap down and then a gap higher, so that is a pretty strong setup. And while we're above the 50-day moving average, looking forward to the top of that trend channel from earlier this year at the end of January, heading towards the $15 or even $16 level, just up to $15.90 there at that trend line, but up towards the $16 level, hopefully over by the end of next month. Another jumping stock on our books is Contura Energy. Here again, once again, a stock which is above the normal $5 limit, but looking very, very strong over the near term, and just trying to work out really where we expect the stock to head up to. Best case scenario probably at the moment towards $14, which is that May resistance line projection, and the top of the price channel that I'm just drawing at the moment. And the upside valid while we hold above that old June peak, which was around the $6.90 level. So above $6.90, looking as high as $14 for Contura Energy. Stock which I remember covering just a few days ago, but is back again, back in business, Genocea Biosciences. Here we've got a situation where we had the bull trap through the 50-day moving average, which was not very pleasant, but we haven't actually broken back below the floor of the rising trend channel from the beginning of the year, so they call that the $2.10 level. And we've gapped up through the 200-day moving average at $2.30, so above the 200-day line, looking for at least a retest of the September peak to date, just around the $3 level. Ideally, we break that and we hit the top of the rising trend channel from January up towards $4 by the end of next month, obviously, especially while there's no end-of-day close back below the 200-day line at $2.30. Next stock is one which is, believe, new, by definition going to be new, this one, but it's interesting really because Harbour Custom, we had that one-day bear trap or intraday bear trap yesterday below the that low from August around, let's say, call it $5. So while we're above $5 on an end-of-day close basis, looking for a retest of the best levels of last month, heading towards the $8 area. So let's just see whether that simple charting with a trendline break and the one-day bear trap will deliver the goods for the bulls. Ideally, I suppose today we're looking for an end-of-day close through $5.50, which would just clear the resistance of most of the past week on that particular chart. On to a stock which is certainly a new name for this particular video, Natural Alternatives International. The reason for the inclusion is the, I suppose, the two-day bear trap below that September floor there, around $6.73, so about a bad close and then a intraday probe and then back up again. There is, I suppose, a line to be drawn, uptrend line to be drawn from March, off which the shares have bounced, which explains the slightly strange price action. Top of the channel there heading towards the $10 level, and that's valid while we hold above the 200-day moving average, currently at $7.23. But it's the handbrake turn of price action really over the start of the week, this week, that's really the noticeable point there, in addition to that bounce off the March uptrend line and the floor of the channel. On to Party City, which remains a fun stock at the moment for the bulls. Here we've got the aftermath of last month's break of the 200-day moving average and that January resistance line around $1.84. Since then, we've had higher highs and lows, and the view at this stage is that while there's no end-of-day close back below $2.97 and the last peak of August, we should head higher and start accelerating towards the top of the rising trend channel from the end of last year, currently pointing towards $5.70. So basically above the $3 level, looking for $5.70, while there is no break back below that what was formerly June and August resistance. The last stock of the day on tap here is one that I don't think I've looked at recently, but here we have, you can see the falling wedge. We actually overshot on that front, and then it was a bear trap, and then basically the break over the $1.70 area turned the shares around. Current situation here is that at least while we're above the initial August resistance around $2.95, we're looking for further upside, hopefully to retest June resistance up towards the $5.45 level. So on this situation, really relatively tight in terms of that price action, which is basically we don't want to see an end of day close back below today's floor at the $3 area any time soon. That's it from me today. More updates tomorrow.